Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 398 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. Kind of a short week in between 397 and 398, but we're here, and we are here to chat about the Bruins' upcoming week. Jack Studley is here. Jack, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited for the weekend ahead. Some late games coming up. Yeah, can't complain.
Or can you? Eamon McLean is here. Eamon, how you doing?
I'll find a way.
Doing well, Sam. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of coffee. I have one with me right now, so yeah, getting a lot of caffeine this week.
Are we sure that's coffee, Eamon, or is that something else?
I promise you, it's coffee.
Okay. It's gonna be.
Don't worry.
What's that?
I said, don't worry.
Okay.
I promise.
Off to a hot start on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, pre-gaming for tonight's Bruins Golden Knights game coming up at 10 p.m. tonight. We're going to be chatting about the game on Monday against the Bolts. We'll be chatting about the Providence Bruins and their good start to their season. We're chatting about Jordan Harris's good story going from Northeastern, a Haverhill kid going to Northeastern and now ending up on the NHL Bruins roster. Marco Sturm, how he's done so far as a head coach. David Pastrnak being named leader of the locker room. Upcoming games, and there's a shit ton of them in the next week. And we'll be answering your live questions at the end of the show here today. But first, before we get there, let's hear from our sponsor, Mill 77 Brewing Company. Mill 77 Brewing began as a group of friends with a passion for creating the best craft beer and has grown into a company that wants to share that same passion and love with the community. Located in historic Amesbury, Massachusetts, in a renovated mill building which once built the carriages that carry people throughout the United States, Mill 77 Brewing strives to have its beer carry you to places of enjoyment and relaxation. It is a great place to watch Bruins games and other fantastic sporting events. Thank you to Mill 77 Brewing for sponsoring this podcast. Once again, shout out to those at Mill 77 Brewing for being the official title sponsor of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. I have some news right off the top here. I just got a Elliot Friedman notification. San Jose has claimed Vinny Iorio off waivers from the Capitals. Kind of a surprise. I thought he was going to go back to Hershey. I didn't realize he had any interest, but I guess not. Funny thing, so completely random. So Vinny Iorio's girlfriend's mom used to be one of the dining hall workers at my school.
Small world.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't he from Western Canada?
Yeah, but he went to school in the States. I think he went to Ohio State, I think. I might be going insane. And
Really?
The dining hall worker's daughter went to the same school and they met, I think are dating or were together at some point. I'm not sure, but that is a thing that happened. Completely random and means nothing. But you know, the more you learn, I guess.
Yeah, his elite prospect said he played for Shattuck St. Mary's. So that's in Minnesota. So then he played the WHL. So yeah, that is interesting. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Small world.
Yeah. I guess the more you know, I guess. I'm not sure. Let's talk about the game happened on Monday. Bruins fell short 4-3 to the Lightning. Jack, we had a debate on last episode about Jonas Korpisalo, him starting on this game, or should it be Swayman? Yes, they lost, but I don't think it was fully his fault. I believe the defense didn't really help at all with turning over the puck constantly in his own end. If they had gotten the puck out at least half the time instead of those turnovers, I think we would be talking about a completely different hockey game.
Yeah. I can't really put all of it on Korpisalo. I won't say that he looked good in this game,
Right.
But he didn't look awful. Yeah, some of those goals he probably could have had back. Some of them he couldn't have. So, again, the defense, like you just said, the defense kind of dropped the ball on some of those. I do think that if Swayman played, that game might be a little different. I think the scoreboard might look a little different, but that's neither here nor there. It's only game 4 of the season. I'm excited because I think we'll see Swayman these next 2 games. They're 2 big contests.
Mm-hmm.
But I would hope that down the line that we do get to see Swayman in a stretch of 4 or 5 games in a row, just because that's what we're going to need come April. We're not going to throw Korpisalo into the ring if we make it to the playoffs, whether it be this year or next year. It's going to be Swayman. So we want to make sure that he can do it. I wouldn't have hated seeing it now, but then again, it's game 4 of the season. If I'm complaining about that, then I feel like everything else is good if I'm complaining about who's playing goalie in game 4.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Eamon, the second period, the Bruins just did not quit. From the second period onward, you can kind of tell. Last year, if the game had gone down the way it went, it probably would have ended 7 or 8-3. This time it's 4-3. The Bruins staying in the game the entire time, not giving up until the final horn at the end, or siren in the Garden. Eamon, what felt different about that game than what we saw in last year?
Yeah, well, the second period was just, to start, was disastrous start. I mean, the third goal, first shift of the period, brutal turnover by Peak. Just completely, the line's completely exposed. Nice play by the Lightning. It's a goal. It's 3-0, 45 seconds in. And I personally was like, well, that's that. That's the game. Like, they just lost. Like, I was considering turning it off. And then Middlestat scores. I'm like, okay. Like, all right, we're back in this. Like, I mean, it's 2-goal game, still like over half the game left. It's definitely doable. They give it right back, and I'm like, oh, well, there goes that again. Like, it's over. But no, they stay in it. They fight the whole time. They get 2 quick ones. They could have tied it in the third period. I thought that Jeannot penalty in the third period honestly killed any chance of them coming back, in my opinion. I know it was a 1-goal game. I thought that just ruined their momentum. Basically just gave the Lightning 2 minutes off the clock of defending that they didn't have to worry about anymore, and a chance to score. And I thought it was just a completely unnecessary penalty. I wasn't a huge fan of the third line in this game. Like, overall, I think, like, if you look, like, at the body of work, I don't think it's been awful. But, you know, if they have another couple of games like that one coming up, like, I think you got to look at making changes.
Yeah. I don't think Fraser Minton had the best game on Monday. And I think, and I said this during my post-game wrap on Monday after the game when I was live on my channel, which I will not be live for tonight's game, by the way. I said this on Monday, and I'll say it again. It wasn't the defensive part of the game that I had an issue with. It was the offensive. The minute that puck got into the neutral zone, Fraser Minton was kind of just skating around out there. And I didn't really like a lot of the decisions he made when on entries. They had a clear 3-on-2, and he dumped in instead of actually attacking the line. I didn't really like that. That happened in the third period. I didn't think Isamont had a great game. I thought he just was another one that just kind of skated around. Didn't do a ton. Jeannot's penalty was kind of brutal in the third period. Other than that, I didn't think Jeannot had a bad game, other than that penalty. But you're right on the money. I didn't think the third line was as effective as it was in games previous, and even the fourth line wasn't really noticeable. If anything, the only line that was completely noticeable from start to finish was the Zacha, Arvidsson, Middlestat trio, which I've actually grown to really like through the first 4 games of the season. Jack, Casey Middlestat, 2 goals in 4 games to start the year. That's exactly what you wanted out of this guy, right?
Yeah, 100%. And he had a great shot to score that goal, get that back. Right after, like Eamon just said, we started slow in the second period. We also started slow in the first period. We allowed a goal in the first minute there, or first 70 seconds there. Allowed a goal in the first 30, 40 seconds of the second period, and then responded. Great shot by Middlestat. I also love seeing Arvidsson kind of blend in with this line. The 3 of them have been lighting it up. They're connecting. They're making passes that look crisp. They're taking good shots, and they're getting on the score sheet. So from that standpoint, they've been so far so good.
And Eamon, a healthy and back to stride, fully engaged Pavel Zacha has been really good to see over the past few games to start the year. I think Zacha, it's been night and day from what we saw the last 2 years, even out of Zacha, with his offensive attack so far to start the year.
Yeah, I believe he has 5 points in 4 games to start the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great start no matter who you are, really. Yeah, I mean he's doing it playing away from Pasternak too, which is pretty impressive. Like, look, I don't think Zaka is going to score at a point per game pace this year. I mean, he's just never really has in his career. I just don't really see why that would start this year. But yeah, I mean, like it's a great start. Like I don't know how you couldn't really be thrilled with the way he's playing. Like his goal against the Sabres was a great shot. Like that was a really well placed one timer. Yeah, he's looked great, and that line as a whole is like pretty solid. I've liked Middlestat. Arvidsson's numbers don't really jump off the page, but I don't think he's been bad at all. Like
No.
he had a really good chance to tie the game in the third period. That I guess he didn't really elevate the shot quite enough. I think to beat Johansson, but it was like he's been fine. Like I'm not really too concerned yet
Yeah,
about
no,
Arvidsson's lack of production.
I'm not worried. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot on the score sheet, but he's still been adding to the game. It's not the score sheet for him doesn't really tell the story. He's actually been pretty effective in getting shots to the net, creating opportunities for Zaka and Middlestat to try to get some goals on the score sheet. So I'm not worried about Arvidsson just yet, and I don't think nobody has reason to at this point.
Yeah.
Bruins have a ton of games coming up this week. I would not be shocked to see Arvidsson get on the score sheet a couple of times. I just think a late game, this screams Arvidsson getting a couple of goals this weekend. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully that he gets his first goal as a Bruin this weekend. Would have loved to see that. He got his first point, I believe, on Monday. He got the assist on the Middlestat goal. I believe that was his first point as a Bruins. That was really good to see. Yeah, overall, I'm happy with what I've seen out of the second line. I think it's been the most consistent line to start the year. Because every time they get out there, that you think to yourself, okay, they might have a chance to put a puck in the back of the net here, and that's exciting stuff for sure. Let's move right along to the Providence Bruins, who are 2-0 to start the year. They're back in action this weekend. They go back to Bridgeport tomorrow night. Saturday, they host the Hartford Wolfpack. That's going to be fun. I was talking to Brett Chavs, voice of the Providence Bruins. Love that guy. He's a friend of mine. He said, Hartford, I cannot believe, he said, quote, they got the Cleveland Monsters franchise and Trey Fix-Wolanski. I'm really surprised that the Rangers got him for as cheap as they did. I'm surprised he didn't make the NHL roster. So now he's in Hartford playing Providence on Sunday. So that'll be pretty interesting to see what happens there.
He scored against the Bruins in the preseason game.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. Saturday, this past Saturday, Bruins were taking on the Bridgeport Islanders, and they pull out an overtime win. And the goal scorers were kind of a surprise. Well, at least one of them were. Merkulov, he's back to stride. He's back to what he was doing last year in the AHL. No real surprises there. Game-tying goal here, Frederic Brunet. Exciting to see that. Brunet, Jack, you're smiling a little bit. You're a Frederic Brunet guy. I remember you saying that during the preseason. You like Brunet's game. Him getting on the score sheet must be pretty encouraging.
Yeah, 100%. He's a guy, and I know he had another assist in this game as well. We'll get to in a second, but
he had 3 points in this game.
Yeah, so
or 2.
Yeah, good to see him kind of getting into his game. This is a big season for him. He's improved his game in the 2 seasons he's been pro. This is his 3rd season, and I think it's only going to go up from here. And I think he's going to be knocking at the door next year in the NHL lineup. I think that's we saw a lot of him in the preseason, and I'm glad we did, playing against some high talent as well. So I think this season for him in Providence, I wouldn't be surprised if he got called up at some point, but I like to see that he's right back into his stride down there to start the season.
It's great. I think they trust him more and more now this year. Now they're going to need to trust him because he's one of their longer tenure defensemen down there. Eamon Mate Blumel, overtime game winner on a feed from Merkulov to win it against Bridgeport on Saturday. Blumel, right back to where he was last year in the AHL, producing at a very high level so far.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how Hartford added Fix-Wolanski and how much of a beast he was for the Cleveland Monsters. I mean, Providence kind of did the same thing with Blumel. I mean, he was just the man for Texas in the AHL last year. So, I mean, he's proven he could dominate this league. I mean, I don't know how long he'll be in Providence for. I do think it's a fair assumption to assume he's going to play at least a couple games in Boston, if not more, this season. But I mean, yeah, to start, he's certainly picking up where he left off for Providence. I mean, OT winner, had a goal in the other game, which we'll talk about, and yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, and Simone Zajac, he played on Saturday night. He looked pretty good apparently. So there you go. He looked. He only kept the puck. He kept the puck out of the net twice. So encouraging stuff there. Then they played Charlotte the next day, and this is the team that eliminated them last year. We were expecting to see Brandon Bussey, but then he got claimed off waivers, and he's now off in Carolina. Congrats to him. He just won his first NHL game. He beat the Sharks the other day. Congrats to him on that. And I'm glad to see that the Bussey family was there. Mom and Dad were there to see that. That's awesome. DiPietro came out. He looked pretty good for the most part. He could have stuffed a couple of shots that went in there, but that's not too bad. But the big story here, Fabian Lysell. We've got to give him a lot of crap on this show. It won't be here today because he scored a hat trick against the Checkers on Sunday. Jack, that is a pleasant surprise to see him putting the puck in the back of the net at a hefty amount.
Yeah, it's good to see as well. It's encouraging because, I mean, we said what we said, but I'm sure that he's heard and he's seen a lot of the feedback. He wants to prove people wrong, and what better way to do it than go score a hat trick in the Providence home opener?
Yeah. Eamon?
Yeah, 4 points. He had a primary assist too. Poitras is a beast in that game as well. He had 4 assists. I mean, yeah, Lysell's tied for the league lead in points with, I think, a few other P Bruins. And I think Jack Ashon's tied for
yeah, he's up there too.
AHL points too. So there's a lot of current and former Bruins on that list. But yeah, I watched most of this game. I unfortunately didn't catch any of the Bridgeport game, but I watched at least 40 minutes of this game, and Lysell was it was the best game I've ever seen Lysell play at any level. Like, he was just unbelievable. Like, he was finishing every play. Like, he wasn't like drifting off in the offensive zone and stuff. He was like, when Poitras made a drop pass, he was there for it, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Alex Steeves had I think Providence put out something today talking about Alex Steeves, who's the third forward on that line with Poitras and Lysell, saying that after they weren't happy with their game against Bridgeport. I think they were -1, and none of them had any points that game, and that they like kind of just talked about it. Not sure what they said, but I mean, yeah, just got to keep having more of those chats, I guess, because I mean, 4-point game for any line at any level is like, you take that all day. That's pretty remarkable.
And Eamon, I want to go back to something you said about Blumel, how we brought in Blumel as a guy who dominated the AHL. Steeves is another guy who fits right into that category. Yep. He dominated. His numbers are great, so I'm expecting to see if he's not called up as well, him to continue putting up high numbers in the AHL.
Yeah. Also, I kind of want to tie together 2 topics we mentioned last segment. I started off by saying how I didn't like the third line, and then I also talked about Victor Arvidsson's lack of production. Like, I think we all agree that the second line like doesn't look bad, but if we get to like a 10-15 game sample size and Arvidsson has like 3 points, and Lysell and or Poitras keeps playing like this, or Blumel, like, I think at some point you're looking at one of those guys probably coming up and Arvidsson sliding down to that third line, and kind of having a domino effect there.
Yeah,
it's a big if. Obviously, we're still a ways away from that, but yeah.
You're right. I think, hey, they're making some noise. Hey, why'd you send us down? I'm gonna knock at the door and give everybody else a kick in the ass, and hopefully they get themselves right. And I think that's a really cool thing to see. A note on Jack Ashon that I don't think you guys may have realized. He's playing on Saturday against the Bruins. He got called up because Sam Girard got hurt. Jack Ashon is getting top line minutes against the Bruins on Saturday.
No way.
He got called up.
He made the team. He made Colorado as their 7th defenseman too.
I believe he's gonna.
Really?
I believe he's playing with Makar. That's what the Russians were today. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's great. Kidding. Good for him.
That's what the rushes were.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. That might change. That might be completely wrong, but
Where was Devon Taves in the rushes?
I think he was second.
Oh, okay.
The
All
reason
right.
why is because of how well he started with the Eagles in the AHL, and now he's gonna play with Makar.
That's still wild to me, though. To
Yeah.
go from
Imagine how he
AHL to
was
Makar is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a very offensive-minded pair.
Bruins gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah.
To an extent, right?
I think it's hard to take advantage of a pair with Kel Makar on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look that up to make sure that I'm not going insane.
While you do, I'll circle back to another thing we talked about last week or maybe a week before with the opening presser and how Cam Neely said we didn't really get any offense this summer. It's in Providence, and it showed with 4 of the guys on the top of the leaderboard for the scoring sheet this week. 4 of the Providence players have 4 points, lead the AHL in total. So there is offense downstairs in Providence. If that's an issue with the Bruins, it isn't right now, but if it becomes an issue, then there are solutions internally.
Yeah. Okay. So the rushes today had a Sean listed as the 7th defenseman. So it must have not gone well. sorry, Jack.
Hopefully they throw him into the lineup against his old team.
The tweet I saw was listed him with Makar.
Yeah, he must have just been a placeholder.
Must have been just been a placeholder. But I hope he gets in there because I don't know who the hell Solyavov is, but I want to see Solyavov or whatever his name is. I want to see Jack Ashawn get in there. I do.
I think they claimed him off waivers from Calgary. I think Solyavov
or whatever the hell his name. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Solyavov. I don't know. I give up. All right. Sports broadcaster, by the way. All right. I give up on pronouncing stupid names. All right, everybody. We're when we come back, we're gonna be chatting about Jordan Harris. Do not go anywhere here on episode 398 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. Don't go anywhere.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you. Call 877-744-1658. That's 877-744-1658. Call now.
We are back with episode 398 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. Let's move on to Jordan Harris. What a story for this guy. Comes right into the NHL, right out of Northeastern, joins with Montreal, has a good little stretch of hockey. Well, okay,
Sorry.
Hang on a minute here. Joins with Montreal, has a good bit of stretch of time, then gets flipped to Columbus in the Line A deal, getting Line A to Montreal for Jordan Harris. And then the Bruins get him in free agency. Comes back to his hometown team. And on Monday, scoring on a nice 2-on-1 with Pavel Zacha. He ripped it glove side on Johansson. Love to see that. What a story. He's looked good through the first 2 games we saw him in there. And I tweeted this out, and I responded to Mark's tweet about it. It's going to be really hard to take him out of the lineup down the stretch. He's been playing in the first 2 games. It's a small sample size, but Jack, Jordan Harris has looked really good.
Yeah, he has, especially for being a 7th defenseman. You get a goal and an assist in your first 2 games. That's great. But he's also he's a reliable option for the Bruins right now, and he's showing why. But I think back to when he was in Montreal, he was like a prospect with a lot of upside, and I don't really know if he really got the chance to unleash that upside. And now that he's playing with his hometown team, it's good to see that he still has that drive to his game, and he's showing it here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eamon, defensively in his own end, I haven't really seen him make a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, there are times that against Tampa, I thought he looked a little questionable at his own end, but I mean, there's nothing egregious. Like, I mean, I agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be difficult to take him out of the lineup. Looking like at who's currently in, because I mean, Lindholm practiced yesterday in a regular jersey, and I'd assume he's probably gonna be back, if not tonight, in the immediate future.
I believe he is playing tonight.
Yeah. So, for me, I would personally take Jokiharju out of the lineup as things stand. I just haven't seen much from him. Like, not that he's necessarily done anything like to deserve to be like taken out. It's just he hasn't really done enough to stay in, right? Like Harris has given you something where you're like, okay, like, you know, he deserves to stay. Like Jokiharju, on the other hand, I haven't really seen much. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about that.
Jack, you rose your hand like you're in class. Go ahead.
I know. According to Bell Fraser, the practice lines today have Harrison and Lindholm out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't rush it yet. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you like projected the Bruins schedule, I think they're probably like ahead of where their projected point total probably would be right now. I mean, there's no real reason to rush them.
Fair enough. I'm surprised they didn't put Lindholm in against Vegas, but if they're not going to play him tonight, he's definitely playing Saturday against Colorado. That's 100%. He's got to play Saturday.
100%. I'd like that Harris gets the chance though tonight. Like we were just talking about, he's shown why that, and he's a versatile defenseman that the Bruins are using the right way. He's an offensive defenseman, but they're also using him on the penalty kill. He's played the penalty kill both his game, Tampa and Buffalo. So I think that also adds something that the Bruins can use with him.
Yeah, all is confirmed. Adam Pellerin, a friend of the show, by the way, says Hampus Lindholm will not play tonight, still day-to-day. So the late change, because I had heard he was playing tonight, so that must be a last-minute thing. So, but for Jordan Harris's sake, I think he impressed me. Like, he slowly is turning into one of my favorite guys to watch when he's playing out there, because he looks like he's responsible for the most part. He knows what he's doing and knows how to break pucks out and knows how to move pucks in transition. It's really
smart player.
Yeah. I mean, besides the mistake here and there he made against Tampa, and I know he had a turnover against the Sabres on Saturday. Besides that, that's like little nitpicky stuff. Besides that, Eamon, he's looked really good.
Yeah, this is kind of something that just came to me while we were talking about him. But, you know, like, whenever people talk about wild card teams that just sneak into the playoffs, you know how they're always like, you know, they've been playing playoff hockey the last, like, 20 games because, like, their season's on the line, right? Like the last few weeks. Harris's spot on the roster was on the line in preseason. Like, I mean, Jonathan Aspero pushed him pretty hard. It wasn't a given that he was there. And, you know, like, I feel like he's almost been having to play, like, regular season mindset for, like, a couple months now. Because, you know, his place in Boston was at stake. And, you know, it kind of looks like he's just, like, really, like, been competing at such a high intensity that, like, he almost just looks like he looks like he's been playing for, like, 20 games. And he got, like, healthy scratched the first 2 nights. So, yeah. Just something that, like, came to me. I'm not sure if you guys would agree with that. But, yeah.
He's playing playoff hockey in October. And that's, yeah, you're right, because I've seen it too. I know what you're talking about. It just seems like he's like more mentally checked in than a lot of players. They're still like getting used to it. Harris looks like he's right. He's like, all right, here we go. It's another time out there. And he just looks like he's like more comfortable than a lot of players out there. Like, I agree with your take about Jokiharju, Eamon. I think Jokiharju he's not bad. Just Harris has been better, you know, and I think that's a lot of mentality of Jokiharju thought his roster spot was safe, which I think it was for the most part. But then Harris comes in and gives him, you know, pushing from underneath and trying to take him out, trying to take his feet out from underneath, if you will, trying to get in the lineup every night.
Yeah, 100%. like, again, I just want to emphasize, I don't think Yokoharu's been bad.
Right.
It's just like, if I'm like evaluating the 6 defensemen that are currently in the lineup from who I think like most deserves to stay, like, I don't think Lorai is going to get healthy scratch at least before he gets taken off the top pairing, right? So I think you can kind of rule him out as like being someone who would come out. And you're not going to scratch Zadorov, off. You're obviously not going to scratch McAvoy or Peak. So I mean, it really just leaves Yokoharu and Harris. And to me, that's if it's between Harris and Yokoharu, Harris has won that battle in my eyes.
Yeah, so far, Jack.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that I feel like Yokoharu's been kind of quiet. I know one game he only had like 11 minutes on the ice. So whereas everybody else was, and it was, I forget if it was a Chicago game or the Buffalo game, but he didn't play a lot. I think it was a Buffalo game. He didn't play a lot. And I was kind of disappointed with that because him and Zadorov, I was expecting to be a lightning, like shutdown third pair, very reliable third pair. I just haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. And it's our expectations were high because of what we saw at the end of last year with him and with those two playing together. And they were actually like pretty decent together for the most part. It was mainly the bottom pairings you saw a lot of those goals being given up against defensively. So, but for Harris's sake, great story. Haverhill kid getting in the NHL, getting with the Bruins now, and finding his footing. And he's doing a hell of a job at it. So hopefully we see more of him. Hopefully he has another good game tonight against the Golden Knights. It's going to be a big test for him. And I hope he thrives in that. So let's transition. Before we move on to chatting about Marco Sturm, the Bruins are back, guys. They are back in full swing. Regular season is in full swing. And wouldn't you guys want the best seats in the house? Well, guess what? StubHub has an offer for you. Use the StubHub link in the description of the YouTube live stream, which, by the way, you should count on over. Hit the like and subscribe button over in the Black and Gold Productions YouTube channel. You should go to use that link and buy your tickets and cheer on the Bruins, who are back in session. The Celtics are having their season start soon. The Patriots are playing really good football right now. You also go sing your hearts out and go laugh at any concert or show or wherever, and use our link in the description and support BNG with StubHub.
I'm going to plug Ryan Bosworth's article on Jordan Harris. Just came out.
Yeah, you should definitely.
So definitely take a read. Ryan J. Bosworth on Twitter. It's about Jordan Harris. Exactly what we just talked about.
Right on cue. It's like he was listening. He's like, all right, here we go. Publish right there. Let's chat about Marco Sturm. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw this from Neil. Dude, BU versus Michigan State this weekend? Oh, damn.
What a game.
Isn't Denver coming to play BC next weekend too? I think that's
next weekend. Yeah,
because I got offered tickets to go, but I couldn't because I think I'm going home next weekend. I'm like, damn. But yeah. So I'm trying to get up to go see a BC game at least once this year. I want to see them play. But anyway, back to Marco Sturm. Marco Sturm. This is a guy that came in with no NHL head coaching experience. That's some coaching experience with the Ontario Reign in the AHL. He coached the German men's national team at one point, led him to silver in 2018 in the South Korea Olympics in Seoul. He was assistant for the LA Kings, but now he's coaching the Bruins. And we've noticed some structural differences, and the defensive side of the game has improved for the most part. Besides Monday, for the most part, the defensive side of the game has improved. We were talking about it a little bit this past weekend on episode 397. The neutral zone trap has been definitely noticeable. And Jack, Marco Sturm's coaching philosophy is kind of based on defense and structure. What have you seen that's different from what we've seen in years past?
Yeah. I mean, everything, it's the structure and the way he's laid it out to the team is what I've picked up as a very positive thing. And Jordan Harris was talking about it after the game on Monday, how everything is just laid out so easy for the new guys to come in and pick up the systems quick. And that's something, and we talked about the neutral zone trap, and if incorporating his style of game into the Bruins locker room quickly and easily, especially with a bunch of new guys that we brought in this summer, is the fact that he can do that quick and establish a culture and it's only 4 games in, but you could see that he's really leaning into the Bruins want to be a tough team to play against, a tough out. He's really leaning into that with the way he's leading the Bruins now.
And Eamon, the offensive side of the game has definitely changed from the last time we saw. That it's more of a shot-first mentality now. The Bruins have outshot their opponent, 3 out of 4 games to start the year.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, if you look at their goals against Tampa, the third goal, Geeky, is just a shot right off the face-off. Like, I feel like a lot of times, last year, instead of like maybe shooting that, they go back to the point and try and like possess the puck in the offensive zone for a bit. Instead, he just fires out a net and it goes in. So, I mean, the Cashlick goal against Buffalo, again, just firing a puck on net, takes a weird bounce, goes in. Yeah, I mean, it really just like it feels like a lot of their offense is just coming from, not to make you play the clip, Sam, but shooting the puck. Yeah, I think it's coming.
Shoot the puck.
The faithful.
Shoot the puck. Hallelujah.
Don't tempt me with a good time, Eamon. I will play that damn clip because guess what? They are shooting the puck and they're doing it well. They're averaging almost 28 shots a game, I'm pretty sure. Like they're up there, and I think it's a really good thing to see them putting pucks on net because the worst thing that'll happen, I've always said this, the worst thing that'll happen is it doesn't go in. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They don't give up. A shot goes on net, it's stopped, it goes wide. Guess what happens? Forecheck. Last year we did not see that. A shot's on net, it's like they kind of like fall flat if it doesn't go in. They're like, oh, okay. No, this year they're like, all right, let's get on the puck. We're gonna try again. Forecheck. What's the phrase? Forecheck, backcheck, paycheck. That's what the Bruins are playing right now, and they're doing a really good job of that. The forecheck has been really solid this year. They're more aggressive along the wall in puck battles, and Jack, that's really encouraging to see early on. I know it's a small sample size, but it's good to see.
Yeah, 100%. I love everything he's doing with the forward group. What I think of is, and it was on the Behind the B, the second episode that they did, the start of training camp when Stern was addressing the team. And he said, when we get into the offensive zone, it's time to party. Yeah. So that sticks with me. Like, I kind of like that mentality that he gave the forward group. Just have fun with it almost on offense. And it really seems like they are. Pucks are on net. The Bruins are chasing rebounds. We're all over the offensive zone. So that's really encouraging to see. Yeah,
it absolutely is very encouraging to see. I love that. I saw that clip. I know what you're talking about. Defensive game structure, but it's in the offensive zone. It's time to party. It's time to boogie. And I think that's great. Eamon, you like that? Time to boogie.
Oh yeah,
Eamon was on it.
Boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
A good time.
It's like NASCAR on Fox. Boogity. Let's go racing, boys. That's what they're doing. They're done with the puck, and then boom, they're like here they are, and they're all here, and they're all battling for pucks behind the net, and they're all working it back to the line and getting offense set up and throwing pucks on net right away. Like, I saw it in the Buffalo game. I saw it a little bit in the Tampa game too. The Harris and Peak tandem are not afraid to throw pucks on net. I think they combined on Saturday. They had 8 of their 33 shots on net or whatever it was. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of shots they had on net. And that's really, really encouraging to see because the last couple of years, Eamon, offense from your blue line has not really been there.
Yeah. And I think just to preface what you said there, it's also important that when you're getting shots from the point that they actually get through, right? Like if you're shooting it and it's going off, the other team's forwards' legs and stuff, a lot of bad things can happen, pretty quickly. Like you could get a lot of odd bad rushes going the other way really fast. So, yeah, it's good that they're adopting that mentality. And I also like that, sometimes it feels like the defensemen aren't necessarily shooting to score. They're shooting for rebounds and deflections and stuff. So I like that they're not afraid to shoot it around a blocker for for a play off the back glass and trying to get the puck down to the forwards that way. There's a lot of Hampus Lindholm said this right before he got injured last year. on the about the power play. Like he said, like as a penalty killer, sometimes like the hardest things to deal with can be like shots from the point, because if it gets stuck in your feet, like all of a sudden you're just panicking, because obviously it's so much harder to get a puck from your skates to your stick than it is to like skate to a puck that you can see with your stick, right? So it's a great way to get the defense scrambling in their own end. And yeah, I mean, I like a lot of what I've seen so far on the offensive end. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty pleased.
The one thing that I need to see more consistency of, and this is not Marco's job, this is Steve Spott's job, I need to see the power play do a little better. Can't be going 0 for 4, 0 for 5, every night. They need to take advantage of those power play opportunities because, guys, the drop pass is still happening, and it's stupid. Like, I said this on Sunday, and I'll say this again. When you're trying to enter the zone and you're dropping back and stopping all of your momentum, you become stationary while this one guy enters the zone. The one guy enters the zone, and then they pass off to the side to a stationary guy with a checker there. That's going to lead to mistakes. I hate it. It doesn't make sense. Why not just enter the zone the first time around and then try to set up shop there? And you save yourselves more time on the entry. I don't know. I might be going insane. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But the drop pass, I've always criticized it. It's really stupid. When the Bruins power play was really good in 22-23, I said the drop pass is dumb because they're going to take the puck at the blue line and they're going to clear it all the way down the ice and they have to restart again. And then you go back to square one and you're like, all right, well, damn, what am I doing here? Am I going crazy, Jack?
Yeah, I think that you're right with the drop passes there. It's frustrating to watch. I do think that this year, and I'll plug Ryan Bosworth again. He had a great tweet yesterday. I agree with it that the 12.5% doesn't represent how the power play has looked. I do think it's looked better than where we were at last year, and I do think that the entries are a part of that. Yes, that the drop passes are still an issue, but not all of them have been, and the ones that aren't look a lot better. So I like what we're seeing so far. I don't think the number is accurate. I mean, it is accurate. Obviously, we've gone 12.5%. That's not up for debate, but it's not really representative of the way that the power play has gotten off to. I think that they're off to a better start than the number shows.
And Eamon, how do you fix that? They're having the shots on net on the power play. That's not the issue. It's just putting the puck in the back of the net. How do you execute on that better?
I think he's got to kind of stay the course, honestly. Like, I mean, I think they're 2 for 16 on the power play right now. Like, I mean, that's like pretty bad percentage wise, but I agree with Jack. Like, I don't think they're like, when I watched them, I'm not like, oh, this is a 2 for 16 power play. Like, this power play stinks. Like, I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, like, yeah, that was a good, like, and they didn't score, but at least there were a couple good looks there, right? Like last year, I felt like there were some power plays where I was just like, this is awful. Like, this is like they like can't string 3 passes together, let alone score a goal, right? So, I feel like just stay the course. Like, let's look what this looks like after like 10 games, right? Like, I think like 4 games, just a little too small of a sample size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's things I'd change, but like, I think I want to see what the data looks after like a slightly bigger sample size.
Yeah.
If we're going to use a 4-game sample size, though, I will say that Vegas's penalty kill is only like 67%. So this tonight should be a good opportunity for the Bruins to utilize their power play, get some more goals in the back of the net.
Especially with their backup goalie in. Aiden Hill's not starting tonight. It's Akira Schmid. He's going tonight.
Ooh.
Akira Schmid, or whatever his name is. Schmid.
I think he was awful last year.
He's their backup for now. Not in December, he won't be.
December 1st, he won't be, and we all know why. I guess he's going to Henderson, Carter Hart. I guess he's going to Henderson to start. I'm sure that'll go over well. But yeah, and Adam Pellerin put out Swayman is in tonight. So there you go, Jack. Your dream. Swayman is starting tonight. I wouldn't be shocked if he starts Saturday too. The Vegas rushes this morning, according to Hannah Kirkell, who covers the Knights for Vegas Hockey Now. Barbashev, Eichel, Stone. Damn. Dorofeyev, Hurdle, Marner. Riley Smith, William Karlsson, Brandon Saad. Oh, yeah, they have Colton Sissons. Oh, yeah. Sissons, Reinhard, not Reinhardt. Reinhard and Keegan Colasar. McNabb and Theodore, Hutton and Whitecloud, Jeremy Lauzon, and Korzak with Akira Schmid in the starter's net and Aiden Hill in the backup net. So, Jeremy Lauzon.
We're talking about taking advantage of Jack O'Shawn. You could definitely take advantage of Jeremy Lauzon when he's out there. I mean, yeah, maybe he'll just give someone a breakaway like he did in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe he'll put the puck right in. Who's a good comparison to Charlie Coyle? Colton Sisson. He'll put it right in his skates, and there goes a breakaway. Who's the third line center? Fraser Minton on a breakaway. He scores, and the Bruins win in overtime. Woo!
Yeah, then the Bruins' entire team gets injured the next 3 games.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly.
That series, honestly, in ways, I'm more mad that they lost that series than I am, like, a lot of other ones, except maybe the Stanley Cup final of the Blues. Like, that one, when I look at that Islanders team, I'm like, that team stinks. They should not have been anywhere near the Eastern Conference final either year.
In Game 7 of the conference final against the Lightning. No. Oh, man. Ugh.
Bad times.
Missed opportunity, man. He couldn't score in Game 6. Ugh.
Yeah.
Just couldn't score. But those are the Knights' lines tonight against the Bruins, according to Hannah Kirkell. So there you go. Hopefully they'll have no issues putting the puck in the back of the net on the man advantage with the 67%. What was it? 67?
Yeah, I think it was 67 or 66.67. I think it was like whatever that is, the 66.667 repeated.
Yeah, right.
I had to. I'm sorry.
You guys suck.
Even got his in last week. I had to do it this week.
I'm not going there. That meme can die. For all I care. I'm sure I'll accidentally say it later on in the podcast. What was my next note?
It truly is the dumbest meme ever, though. Like, I mean, like, in terms of, like, it makes no sense. Like,
it never made sense, but I love it.
God almighty. I'm calling women's volleyball for Dean tonight, and they made a 6-7 joke on in a TikTok the other day, and it was like one of those ones where like it's like setting it up for the big kill at the end of the end, and one of the girls went and then I'm like, so stupid. Enough. That meme can rot in hell for all I care. God, I hate it. So stupid. Especially because one of my friends like spams the hell out of the meme. Every time I say the number 6 or the number 7, he perks up. He goes, 6-7? I'm like, stop it, dude. Stop it.
Oh, that's the worst part about these memes too. There's always one dude in your friend group or girl, if you know, I mean, that's like just spamming it for no reason, to the point that it's just like, why? It's just why? Like, how are you not bored of this? Like, it's just not funny.
It's just not funny anymore, man.
It's not just this one either. It's like every one of these things that comes out. It's just like, bro.
Yeah.
Little dialogue on 6-7.
Yeah, we should save that for live questions weekend or Trent Frederick and 6-7 talk later.
Yeah, right? Or like, what's our least favorite meme, right? Yeah. Least favorite meme song. I'll start with Fiend. Anyway, moving right along, let's talk about Marco Sturm's quote about David Pastrnak, as he called him the leader of the team, which leads me to believe now, again, I know nothing. We all know nothing about this. Are they going to name him a captain soon? Because damn, seeing the 3As out there is kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. Like, we're not the San Jose Sharks, dude. We're not, like, name a captain and move along. And I think he's unofficially the captain is David Pastrnak, Jack.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if or when they'll name it. I think they might just hold off until the end of the season, kind of like we talked about earlier, just to kind of let this play out. They want the leadership by committee. I know that was mentioned before as well, with McAvoy and the Lindholm stepping up and Zadorov stepping up as well. But yeah, Pastrnak emerged as the leader. Sturm said it. He's also emerging as a Vezina candidate after Monday's save. But to see Pastrnak making plays like that with a save on Monday and then laying the body after that, yeah, that's what you want to see out of a guy like Pastrnak, out of a leader on the team. And it's good to see the superstar laying the body like that. That's something, if he can do it, why can't anybody else?
Dude, the empty net sequence for David Pastrnak, besides possibly scoring, might have been one of the greatest things ever. Okay, so he comes in and fucking destroys Nikita Kucherov.
Oh, what a hit.
Green light hit. That was like, holy shit, that's the biggest hit I've ever seen Pastrnak throw. I've never seen him do that. And then he goes full-on 2011 Michael Ryder and makes an unbelievable save. It was crazy, dude. Dude, I was like, Pastrnak, what is he doing? And I said on my stream, save by Pastrnak. And then the play stopped and I said, man, I never thought I'd ever have to say that sentence in my life, but here we are. Save by Pastrnak, Eamon.
Yeah, that was just an absurd shift. I mean, just to be clear, if Pastrnak hadn't made that save, that goal would not have counted. That was offside by like a foot and a half. That wasn't even close. How they did not blow that dead, I have no idea. That being said, very glad they didn't in hindsight, because we never would have gotten that clip. That was amazing. That was honestly, in terms of like shifts that did not result in a goal, that for me is like up there in like greatest ones I've ever seen. Like, he did everything you could have wanted him to do in that sequence without scoring. Like, it was just awesome. Like, if he had scored, I think that gets clipped for like the next 20 years. Like, not just in Bruins montages, but like just like league highlight reels. Like, that was just insane.
You know the shift for Mike Richards in the 2010 conference final against Montreal, where he threw like 3 hits, and then Halak came like 60 feet out of his net and collided with Roman Hamrlik, and it scored him through and he scored. Dude, that is one of the craziest shifts you'll ever see. That would have surpassed that.
Didn't Sturm like ragdoll Hamrlik too for that one? Remember the goal he scores against the Habs like 2008 playoffs? Wasn't it Hamrlik that he just took to the cleaners in the corner for like 30 seconds?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Man, common thread there, huh?
Yeah.
Roman Hamrlik, that guy, it was also the Jack Edwards get up call.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Knocked down as if shot. Get up!
And the Bruins got the other way. Scores!
Trying to get ridiculous calls out of the referees. It's great.
He was a big dude too, wasn't he?
He was like 6'5", 6'6". I'm not going there, Jack.
You sure?
No, but he's huge. He's like 250 pounds, like 6'5", 6'6". He's like Zadorov, but a crybaby.
Oh no, he wasn't. He was 6'1", 207 according to.
Who am I thinking of?
I mean, that's still big, but.
I'm thinking of Komisarek. That's who I'm thinking.
Komisarek was big.
I mean, Lucic beat the crap out of him that one time.
Yep.
But anyway,
I love watching that fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another punching bag. He got checked through the glass too, didn't he?
Yeah. Speaking of punching bags, Jeffrey VL is in the lineup tonight.
Let's go.
Marat Husnudinov is out. VL is in. He's playing with Corrali and Kaslik on the 4th line tonight.
I don't like Husnudinov as a scratch. Sorry. I don't think he deserves to come out. I'm sorry.
Who would you want out instead of Husnudinov?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but like, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like Husnudinov's play warrants, coming out of the lineup. But I mean, they gotta get guys in at some point though. You can't have dudes sitting for like 8 games. But
my question is, Husnudinov is on the 2nd unit. Who goes into his spot? Would you put Minton or Isamont there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of those two over VL, obviously. I think
Jordan Harris.
I'm not putting VL out there, that's for sure.
Not on the power play. Harris wouldn't be a bad option because
well, wait a minute, because they're already going with Lohrei out there.
Yeah, I was thinking, but
don't they do Hampus? They were doing Hampus and Lohrei.
They could just put Harris there with Lohrei and then do Middlestat, Arvidsson, and wait a minute. No, because Pastrnak was out there with them. They'd have to put an extra forward out there.
Well, they've been double shifting Pastrnak.
Yeah, right.
On the power play. They might just do that the whole game. They might not even. They might just throw a guy there in practice and be like, "Yeah, you're like not really gonna play."
Middlestat,
on the power play.
Arvidsson, Pasternak with Lori and Harris. That screams goals. I'm not gonna lie. That screams goals to be scored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we're talking about power play changes too, like I mean, this is probably the wrong topic to bring it up in. Probably should have done this earlier, but Middlestat, like, what do you guys think about putting him up on power play 1? Like, I feel like he's like going early. Like, I feel like he's. I mean, like, I don't know like where you saw him, but like I feel like if you're looking at like making a like change like personnel wise,
I know what you
I
do.
mean?
I know what you do. You put Morgan Geekie on the second unit, and you put Middlestat in the first unit. If you're going to make a switch, because Geekie has been kind of turning the puck over a little too much for me on the man advantage in the offensive zone. So I would put Middlestat. Ooh. Okay.
He's a great bumper.
Let me think about this. I would put Zaka in the right corner. If McAvoy's still there, which I don't agree with, but if you put McAvoy there, right point, Pasternak left point, or actually McAvoy left point, Pasternak right point, utilize his wrist shot. Then I would put Middlestat in a one-timer spot and then put Lindholm in the slot. That's what I would do.
I agree.
Yeah, like
Because I like Lindholm in the slot because he has a hell of a one-timer, and if they actually find him in the slot, it's game over. Because he literally scored an overtime goal in the playoffs 2 years ago for Vancouver because of a one-timer on the power play. How about we freaking use it? You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. Like, but back to Pasternak, I would really love to see him not have to be forced to take a one-timer on the power play. Actually utilize his wrist shot, which is, in my opinion, he's better at. To use a wrist shot off on the right side. And
You know what hasn't been working on the power play for him is his slap passes. They haven't connected yet.
No.
Just
ditch those.
yeah,
Instead of doing a slap pass, just fake a slap shot and hang on to it and pass it back to the point.
yeah, because he's got a crazy fucking shot.
Yeah. And then if you're gonna put Pasternak to the left of McAvoy, don't do a slap pass. Fake the slap shot back to McAvoy and tee Pasternak up for a one-timer. It's called common sense. Don't do a slap pass that goes into the corner and the puck takes a weird bounce and goes all the way down to Swayman again. Like, no, that's the last thing you need.
Explodes on Geeky's stick half the time, so it's
Right.
It's just frustrating to watch sometimes.
But I never really thought about putting Middlestat in the first unit. That's actually a good point. But we'll have to wait until the lineup's pretty much set.
yeah, just sorry, I just wanted to go back to the Husadinov scratch thing. Like I know the third line has kind of gotten a lot of like hype in terms of like how they've played, but if you look at the fourth line, you know, they played Husadinov, Corrali, Kaslick's played 25.6 minutes together at even strength. They have a 70% expected goals percentage, which is very, very good.
Wow.
So like, hold on, I'm trying to find the if there's defensive zones stat. I'm looking at moneypuck.com right now. I might switch to natural stat trick, but like to me, I would be looking at breaking up the third line before I would the fourth personally, or I'd be looking at moving a part of the fourth line up before taking someone off the third. Like that like it's a small like nitpick I guess, but like to me like. I've liked Husadinov to start the year. I know he hasn't like scored, but like to me, I think he's been more than like fine to good. Like I don't really see a reason to take him out.
I called the fourth line the heart and hustle line. They'll just give it 120% every shift. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Kaslick's always done that. He's great.
And then they're drawing penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've drawn like 3 or 4 penalties to start the year. Like
also. This is another topic. We can get into this during live questions too, but what do you think it says about Johnny Beecher's future, potential lack thereof, that Jeffrey Viel's getting into the lineup before him?
I don't know how much. I think this is more Sturm following up what he said about the lack of lineup changes in the first few games, because they asked him about that, like when do Viel and Beecher get into the lineup? And he said, well, we're winning right now, so I don't really see the need to make any changes. They lost on Monday, and here's your next game. Make a change maybe. So maybe he was kind of forced to play his hand there where he was like, I said this, But I wonder, completely valid point, and who knows what it means for Beecher. Maybe this is VL's chance, and then Saturday is Beecher's chance, or maybe they go back to Husnudinov for Saturday.
Oh God, I don't want to see Beecher against Colorado. All due
Me
respect.
neither.
I don't want
don't
to see
either.
that. Oh, that'd be ugly. I do not want to see that. No, thank you, guys.
I know Stan Bowman wants to see him with McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah. He scored the other night. Did you guys see that? He scored on Tuesday.
What do you think about it? Johnny Beecher and Zach Hyman are like basically the same person. They both went to the University of Michigan, so I mean, it's like makes them like pretty much the same.
One scores, one doesn't. God. Hey, they're both not playing hockey right now for different reasons. Hyman's hurt. Beecher sucks. Again, I question why he even made the roster. I will bring that up a time in and time out. Why? No idea. But he's out there. Hell in a handbasket.
They're going to put him in for a game, and he's going to have a hat trick.
And guess what? This water bottle gone. There it
Sam will
goes.
be upset about the Bruins scoring.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I just got the stat I was looking for about the fourth line on Natural Stat Trick. It just took me a while to use their website on my phone. Just not used to it. But defensive zone starts compared to like neutral zone and offensive zone. They've started 8 in the offensive zone, 13 in the neutral zone, and 17 in the defensive zone. So, a good, try to do the math top of my head, 17 divided by 38. A significant chunk of their starts are in the defensive zone off of face-offs.
Yeah. It's pretty
Just
good.
under half, 17-38. It's another old meme.
Yeah, okay. We got to go.
All right. Jeez.
Sorry, I'm in my bag today.
Damn it, Jack. Damn it.
It's a long one. We got a late game
He's going to
tonight.
start dabbing the next segment.
God.
Bring it back.
What's next? We're going to do the whip and nene? Is that what's coming next? Anyway, here's your chance. Next segment, we're talking about the upcoming games of the upcoming week here for the Bruins. Of course, we've been talking about pretty much the majority of the podcast. Bruins are in action tonight, 10 p.m. start. What's up?
Ad.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. We'll get into that. We're going to talk more in depth about the Bruins, who they're playing this week. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. 17:38 threw me off. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Now, more than ever, all U.S. veterans need your help. If you have an old car, truck, or van, you can donate it today and help them. And they'll come pick it up for free. Plus, the money raised helps our nation's disabled veterans and their families. Call the number on your screen right now. Within a few days, we'll come and tow it away for free, running or not. And the proceeds greatly help U.S. veterans. So please call right now.
Welcome back to episode 398 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast, as we are going to move our way right into the next segment. Once again, before I was cut off by an ad, 30 seconds. Oh, God. Playing the Knights tonight, 10 o'clock start at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. VL's in. Harris is in. Jack, what are you looking for tonight?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but Vegas has got a bad penalty kill. So I would love to see, 4 games, but I would love to see, this is a great opportunity for the Bruins tonight to jump all over that. Start early. They didn't against Tampa. They had the first and second period. Tampa scored 69 seconds into the first, 39 seconds into the second. Prevent that and jump on the power play opportunities we get tonight. I know Vegas doesn't really, last season, they didn't let up a lot of penalties. Like, they didn't commit a lot of penalties. They didn't get a lot of power play chances either. There were a lot of 5-on-5, even strength team. So I wonder if that kind of rolls into this season, but anytime we get a power play, I'd love to see the Bruins jump on it tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Before I get to you, Eamon, Neil just sent me a GIF from The Simpsons, and it's the old guy at the door saying, "I used to be with it,
Sorry, Neil.
and now I don't." And I used to be with it. Then they changed what it was, and now I'm not with it. And he sends, quote, "I don't get this 6-7 thing either." Oh, God. Well,
So another
Sorry,
great
Neil.
one. I think it was like I forget if it's like am I out of touch? No, it's just all the young people that are wrong. It's another one of my favorite ones.
God. Well, yeah, so Eamon, the Bruins are playing the Knights tonight. What are you looking for?
To me, like, this is gonna be a difficult game. First game of a road trip, it can kind of be tough. Especially, with like this amount of travel. Vegas is a good team. They haven't really taken off just yet, I feel like. I think they're 2-0-2, I think. Or
Yep.
yeah. Just good start's key tonight. Gotta get off to a good start. Can't be down like 1 or 2-0 against this team. I think this is a much more difficult test than Tampa Bay. No disrespect to the Lightning, but Aiden Hill's a good goalie, but he's better than Jonas Johansson. Their forward core is scary. I mean, we read over that top 9 earlier. Like, William Karlsson, the third line, is absurd. So yeah, it's gotta be a tough game. Gotta stay out of the box, and see if they can get a point out of this one.
Yeah, I hope so. A point is a must, in my opinion. Then they go to Denver. Mile High City taking on the Avalanche on Saturday. I really hope Jack Ashawn plays, just for for the memes in itself. But this Avs team, man, they are a wagon indeed, Jack.
Yeah, they always have been. I've always loved watching Colorado play when they're not playing against the Bruins. They're just because they're so much fun to watch with McKinnon and Makar. This will be another great test for the Bruins for Swayman, with the assumption that he goes tonight and on Saturday. So yeah, just another same thing as tonight. It'll be a good test for the team. So getting off to an early start is crucial. And part of that is not allowing goals early. I think that's going to be something that the Bruins need to focus on, especially in this Western road trip against these two really good teams and even Utah on Sunday. Just don't let in anything early.
Amen.
Yeah, last year I actually had the privilege of I went to the Bruins Avs game with my aunt, and it was my graduation gift, so she kind of splurged. We were sitting on the glass. Coolest experience I've ever had. Watching the Avalanche play up close, it's like it's like so hard to describe. Like, it's almost unbelievable how fast they move, and as a team, like, it's almost like they're not touching the ice, but they are. Like, McKinnon and Natchez, like all those other guys, just the way they skate is like unbelievable, man. Like, they turn at in ways that TV doesn't do it justice. Some of the way that some of those guys skate, Makar, and so on. But yeah, this is gonna be a difficult game. Obviously, Denver, they have a natural home ice advantage with the elevation. So yeah, that's another thing. We didn't really factor in the Hampus Lindholm stuff, but elevation and recovery and stuff, I'm sure if you're injured could kind of play a factor. So it'll be interesting to see. This is going to be, in my opinion, the toughest game of the road trip. Vegas is going to be difficult, but Colorado, in my opinion, is a wagon. And they also, I don't think, have gotten off to the greatest start, but on paper, I think that team is one of the best in the league. So it's got to be a difficult game.
Hopefully they can pull out a surprise win on the road against the Avs on Saturday as they face the newly revamped and fun to watch Utah Mammoth on Sunday night. I got to tell you, I watched a little bit of Flames Utah last night. JJ Peterka fits right in, Jack.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of that game last night, but I mean, I'm not surprised that he's only, 23? And he had 60-something points for Buffalo last season. You can only expect it to go up with Utah this year. They're a team that I haven't watched too much of this year, but I think they're 2-2. So not the worst start. I'm excited to see all the changes at the Delta Center. I know they went through a lot this summer. Just kind of So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And guys, they got an actual goal horn. They were playing a recording last year.
Buffaloes, but yes.
And a real mascot, too. Did you guys see that?
Tusky mascot. I'll tell you what, it looks cool. I'm not going to lie, it kind of looks cool.
Did you guys see that photo of Ryan Smith, the owner, celebrating with Peterka, like, on the glass?
No, I didn't see that.
After a goal? Yeah, it was on I saw it on Instagram. I think it was on Bar Down. But yeah, Peterka scored, and then you could see Ryan Smith like banging on the glass in front of him.
Love it.
That's
he
awesome.
Loves it. He's like one of the best owners in sports. He's so like
if you wanted an owner, like if you were gonna like build like what you want in a like sports team owner, it's basically just Ryan Smith. Like that's like what you want. Like someone who's like genuinely passionate, like is investing a ton of money into like hockey in Utah. Like their practice facility is insane. I'm not sure if you guys saw the videos of the one they built. It's so nice. Like I'm like it's probably one of, if not the best facility in the NHL for practicing. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I think I think Utah, they're doing it right. You know, if they kind of came in last second and they're doing it right. And I think
it came in last second, but this whole time it feels like they were like a perfect hockey market.
Yeah.
We just kind of overlooked.
The fans are obsessed with it over there. It's great. It's really good. And I do want to see how Utah plays. I did watch like the third period of the game last night. I caught a little bit of it. Overall, it looks like a fun time to go to a Utah game. So hopefully the Bruins can quiet the crowd and pull out 2 points against the Utah Mammoth. Before this game is going to be passionate. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be one of the toughest games of the season. Brad Marchand's return to Boston against the Panthers on Tuesday. 7:30 p.m. start at the Garden. It's an ESPN broadcast. This is going to be very interesting, Jack. Marchand back in Boston.
Yep. And yeah, it's going to be emotional. I'm excited. I'm going with my family. The four that are here in America. My brother's over in Italy studying abroad, so he doesn't get to go. But
decent consolation prize.
Yeah, I know, not a bad one. So yeah, my family, I'm excited to go to this one. I genuinely think that I'm going to be moved to tears just sitting there in the crowd seeing Marchand come out in another jersey, or when they do the video tribute. But yeah, this is going to be a highly emotional game for both Marchand and the Bruins. I think a lot of the guys that were on the team even last year and before still are going to feel the impact of what it was like when he left the team. And it's going to be, I'm interested to see like a new culture that's emerging versus Marchand, like how that's going to go. Cause we saw how the game went two games after the deadline and Marchand wasn't playing, but we saw how that game went. And one of my favorite clips of recent Bruins memory, besides the Pastrnak Game 7 goal against Toronto, is Nikita Zadorov beating the face-off of Sam Bennett. So I am excited to see how this game is going to go, because both of these teams are aggressive, they're chippy, and it seems like Boston only loaded up. Florida ranked number 1 in hits last year. Boston ranked 3, and Boston only got bigger and stronger. So this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game to watch. It'll be emotional. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what the reaction is for Marchand in the Garden. Is it going to be fully cheers? Is it going to be mixed? You know, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. This is like our version of Ray Bork. You know, like this is the biggest return to Boston sports since Brady. Like, if you think about it, like Brady was the last big like return to like Boston sports, and now it's Marchand. You know, the only one that's in hockey that'll be bigger is if like Bergeron returned. If Bergeron went to another team and then he played against the Bruins, you know what I mean? Like this is kind of surreal. Because like go ahead.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but I mean, we kind of experienced something sort of like this, I guess, with Chara when he was playing with the Capitals and the Islanders. But I mean, of course, you know, that first year there wasn't really full crowds because of the pandemic and stuff. But like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of unique in a way because, like, when Chara left, like, it was sort of more of like he was kind of like, I don't want to say like washed up because he wasn't washed up, but he wasn't like, you know, at his best anymore. He wasn't at that level. Marchand just won a cup, like, after they traded him. Like,
Yeah.
he, you know what I mean? Like, he completely just like was as good as, honestly looked as good as he ever was for Florida and the Panthers in the playoffs. Excuse me, not in the Panthers. Yeah, like, reception-wise, I don't see how it would be anything but 100% positive. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, like, what reason are you going to boo Brad Marchand if you're a Bruins fan? Like, if you do that, I'm sorry. Like, respectfully, you're an idiot. And if I see people booing if I go this game, I will be booing them in return. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
It's just like how are you gonna boo someone who won a cup for like the Bruins? The Bruins have only won 6 championships their entire year. Like, how are you gonna boo him? Like, because he's a Panther? It's like he looks like what? Like, come on, it's ridiculous.
I'm just picturing you booing somebody.
I'm a very happy guy, but when I get angry, I can be scary. Not to like toot my own horn.
Thanks for the preview.
Oh shit.
No. Going back to it, you know, I kind of hate that this is an ESPN game because I fully expect ESPN's coverage to be like this. They're gonna like go to commercial and then they're gonna come back and they're gonna show Marchand like waving. They're gonna be like, there was a very nice tribute by the Bruins to Brad Marchand, but here's Mark Messier now. Mark Messier, what was it like to win Stanley Cup in 1990? Oh, it was so great. Oh, I love being a New York Ranger. And I love Matthew Tkachuk. All right, now back to the game.
Oh, I love it. The national broadcast hate has never stopped.
Like, I'm considering buying tickets just because I know I won't see the tribute if I'm watching on ESPN.
At least Nesson would like forego the commercial break.
Exactly. Yes. Of course they would. Like, I mean, like, I get that, like, they have
We
like
can-
sponsorship commitments and stuff, but like, there's just no way they're gonna show it. They're like, we're gonna have to, like, the Bruins will post it, right?
Yeah.
But
they-
like,
Yeah.
other than that, like, you're not gonna see like the in-arena reaction to it. Like, you're not gonna like when they do those tributes, they show like fans like cheering and stuff. It's like,
I hope they do it before the game. If they do it before the game, then ESPN really has no excuse not to show it. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Honest-
they'll do it before, but I mean,
You got to think though. This isn't, you know, this isn't
probably be first stoppage of the first period, right?
this isn't Trent Frederick coming back to Boston, guys. This isn't, you know, freaking, you know, and some jabroni, right? This is Marchand we're talking about, right? Like, you got to think they better make this like a big freaking deal, you know? So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big deal. I think it's traditionally in the first stoppage of the first, but yeah, I'd be shocked if they did something before the game. That's kind of rare, but it's a 7:30 start.
Yeah.
So.
You never know.
Like, I'm trying to think of like what like this compares to in terms of a return. Like, I mean, like, you know, the biggest like thing I could think of is like Patrick Kane, like when he got traded to the Rangers, but like it was known he was gonna get traded. Like it was like pretty much like it felt like everyone like thought he was gonna get traded. Like Marchand and the trade deadline like went down. He didn't get traded till like what, like 259 or something. Like it was right at the wire. And like I feel like Patrick Kane, like I'm not sure if he was like saying like straight up like, yeah, I want to move, but like he wasn't like I feel like Marchand was like pretty strong on like the whole like I want to be a Bruin for life, like the entire thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like kind of just like it's like similar to a lot of returns, but it also feels very different, if that makes sense.
It's kind of like
Yeah,
it's kind of like Ray Bork to an extent.
I thought of the Kane one when I first saw the date on the schedule, just because of the return he got when he went back to Chicago with Detroit. They like that entire commercial break was a standing O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should be interesting to see how that goes down on Tuesday night. I'm very curious to see how everything's going to go down, what the reaction's going to be, how they're going to do the tribute, Will ESPN get their heads out of their ass and air it on TV? Who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And now here's our cut to PK Subban, who once played against Brad Marchand. Let's see what PK Subban has to say about this.
Yeah, guys, I love Marshy, but I really love Cole Caulfield. You know, like God.
He's gonna be like, this cheering is almost as loud as the Bell Center.
Oh, you're so. He would say some stupid shit like that. Damn it.
I always hated playing against Boston, but something to start like that, a little backhanded compliment.
But there's always a but.
Their fans are always the worst, but.
I'm still laughing at the Mark Messier thing from Eamon. That was top tier. A-level acting was great. Hollywood, come get this guy for impersonations. It's great.
If only it was TNT, he could put Biz in a body bag. It's just like a classic.
Oh, jeez. Next Thursday, a week from tonight, they're hosting the Ducks in at the TD Garden in Boston. The Ducks, they just set an attendance record for most for biggest crowd in Ducks history. 17,822 in the home opener. Apparently, it's the most they've ever sold, because I think they did some renovations to the building. They added more seats, I think, is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be the night they won the cup in 2007, but no. It's apparently this was the largest crowd in Ducks history. It happened Tuesday night, I think. Tuesday night. Something
I was about to say. I was like, really? Because like I'm trying to think of like why there would be like so much hype around the Ducks that like they would set an attendance record. But I mean, that makes sense. Like they are up and coming, but like
they also were giving out Wild Wing masks.
Yeah, that's what get me to go.
Oh yeah,
that would get me in the door.
Yeah, so not to
the
Rangers,
go on
another tangent.
Go ahead.
But I went to the Bruins Red Wings game in Detroit last year. Like it was right before Thanksgiving, and I guess the Red Wings every year they do like a custom gravy boat giveaway where it's like a Red Wing like Zamboni gravy boat. And my friend was like hyping it up. He's like, dude, like you don't understand. Like this is gonna be a sellout because people are gonna go and like get the gravy boat and leave. I'm like, dude, there's no way people are gonna pay like $90 to go get a gravy boat and then leave. And so he's like, no, you'll see. So like the first period, it was packed. It was like 1-1 after one period. The second period comes around and like not like half, but like maybe like 10% of the arena has just left. Like they just grabbed the gravy boat and just like disappeared.
There's no way.
I saw the gravy boat all over my Twitter that night, so I'm not surprised.
I mean, I think I still have it. It's a nice gravy boat. Like I mean, it is pretty cool.
Well, to be fair, back to the Ducks. Chris Kreider has done something the Rangers have not done. Score on home ice this season. The Rangers are the first team in NHL history to not score in their first 3 home games.
I think it was like the Pirates, the Pittsburgh Pirates in like 1926 were the only other team to do something similar.
Yeah. The first time it's happened. Nice job. But anyway, Ducks Bruins next Thursday. This should be an interesting tilt for sure. I hope they don't let McTavish get to them like they did back in March. McTavish, and I do not want to see Frank Vatrano scoring in that building again. The ghost of Frank Vatrano will not die. It's like, geez, man, like help us out, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team we dropped both. The Bruins dropped both against the Ducks last year. The first game back from Four Nations, and the one that in the middle of that road trip where they lost every single game. This one's a little different though, because I was looking at the Ducks schedule, and they're in the middle of a 5-game road trip. This is going to be the third one, but they're in between like Nashville. So they play Nashville before this game, then they fly to Boston, and then from Boston they got to go to Tampa. So they're going to be in the middle. They're going all over the map. So hopefully this is a chance for the Bruins to catch the Ducks in the middle of their road trip. But you can't look at it like that. I think the Ducks, I like the moves that they made this offseason. I love Chris Kreider. So yeah, I'm excited to see them come into Boston.
Yeah, it should be very interesting to see what the Ducks do. Eamon, Lucas Dostal, they've committed to him to being the number one goalie.
Yeah, he had a great season last year for Anaheim. I think his raw numbers weren't great. Like save percentage, like goal against probably didn't stand up. But in terms of goal save above expected, he had really really good numbers. It just was playing behind a bad team really.
Yeah.
I mean they have a new head coach in Joel Quenneville, who's obviously not to get we'll discuss the background and all that stuff, but I mean has had a lot of success in the league. I mean, this is a different Ducks team than years prior. I mean, you got Kreider coming in, who I assume is as motivated as anyone. After how the Rangers' departure went down, it's gonna be interesting.
Excited to see a new revamped Ducks team. Because I do want to see the Ducks get back to the playoffs at some point. Because playoff hockey in Anaheim is pretty entertaining to watch. Case in point, the 2015 conference final against the Blackhawks. That was a really entertaining series.
They're back.
They're back. Denver. Oh, they come here next Saturday, October 25th. The Bruins host the Avalanche. Hoping for a win against the Avs. I don't really think there's much to it to kind of double down and get the Avs out of the way in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah, I always hate when this happens when we're done with a season series 10 games into the season, but that's what am I going to complain about the schedule?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, this is I might as well.
I'll complain about it.
I told you I'd find something. Seeing Colorado again, another good test for the Bruins. This time it'll be at home. This is another game where Swayman probably gets in again just because of the skill of the Avalanche. I'm excited to see what comes here. I think the first game a week before this in Colorado will be a good determination of what goes down in this game. If it gets chippy, I could see this game being a lot chippier as well.
Yeah, for sure. I never really thought about that, but you're right. If the game on 2 days from now goes to hell, then next Saturday could be very interesting. Eamon, what do you want to see out of this game here?
I think of these two games against Colorado, I mean, you got to win one. You got to get 2 points somehow against these teams. You can't just, if you look at things from a season series perspective, if you want to make the playoffs, you can't get swept in season series against opponents, no matter how strong they are. You got to get something out of these games. Use the home ice advantage. Sturm, we talked about him earlier. He'll have the opportunity to line match against McKinnon, Landeskog. I almost said Rantanen. I'm still not used to that. Natchez, that group. So, got to find a way to get something out of these games.
You don't remember all the Rantanen lore from last year? Carolina, Dallas, Partridge in a Pear Tree.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just still think of that line and how dominant they were in that one cup run.
Right. For sure. Let's get into live questions. If you have not yet, make sure to head on over to the Black and Gold Productions YouTube channel, hit the like button and subscribe and send in your questions. We got a little bit of chunk of time left in the show, so we'll feel free to send in any questions you guys got. We would love to.
I have a little mini segment idea if you guys want to do this quickly. It's called Buy or Sell.
Spontaneous.
I'm going to give you
clean. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you 3 teams so far, one by one, and either one of you could go first. So, first team and how they've done so far. Ottawa Senators, 4 games in, 1 win, 3 regulation losses. Do you think Ottawa is bad, buying or selling?
Okay, it's too early.
I love this. I love this game so early.
And Tkachuk, it should be prefaced, Brady Tkachuk is likely out for 8 weeks now. He likely needs surgery, from what I read.
8 weeks.
Whoa.
Instead of 4,
that second opinion didn't go so well.
That second opinion in New York went from 4 to 8? Okay, so, all right. 2 months without their best player. Oh, damn.
I'm buying, by the way. I am all in that they are in big trouble. I say they're in big trouble. 2 games ago, they lose to Nashville, who were a bottom 5 team last year on home ice. Their captain gets injured on a questionable hit at best, and their response is to go to Buffalo and give up 8 goals to the Sabres and lose in regulation. Bye. Sorry, you're bad. If you do that, you're not a good team. I'm sorry.
Eamon, we need a gavel. You're bad. Damn, that's the end of that. Okay. I would sit tight for a bit, see how things shake out. If things aren't better by Halloween, maybe the middle of November, if you really want to wait, then you could go buy something. But right now, I'm sit pat and see how it goes in Ottawa. See how things.
Oh
shake
no, I didn't mean like by buy or sell. I didn't mean like buying or selling like trade wise. I meant like, do you buy that they're bad or do you like not believe? Like sell is like you don't believe they're bad. Like you believe they're better. Sorry, I should have explained that better.
Okay, yeah, they're bad. If you want,
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Even without Brady Tkachuk, and you give up 8 goals to the Sabres?
It wasn't old Mark.
I don't give a damn who it was.
I think the only saving grace that they have there is that it was their backup. Yeah, Brady Tkachuk being out for 2 months sucks. That's not. I mean, for the Bruins, we play Ottawa 3 times in the next 2 months, so maybe that's a bonus for the Bruins. But I think Ottawa can hang out. They're not a one-man team. I like Stützle a lot. I think that they have more pieces than just a Brady Tkachuk, where if he's out for those 2 months, if they get the right players to step up, they'll be fine. But I think one game, Buffalo also needed a win. It's been bad in Buffalo.
I don't know if they're okay. Maybe they'll rephrase. I think they might be cooked. I think you know, the hot dogs and hamburgers are burning in the kitchen currently, and they're trying to put out the fire.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, next team.
All right, team two. For the first in the Atlantic.
Ooh.
Detroit Red Wings are 3-1-0 with 2 wins against the Maple Leafs and 1 against the Panthers. What do you guys think?
Fuck it, I go back on Ottawa. Detroit's getting in. I've said this summer. Detroit's my team to sneak in this year that hasn't, and Ottawa might be the team that's in last year that falls out. So yeah, I'm in on Detroit. I think this has been long overdue. The Yzer plan has been in motion for years now, and but from what I've picked up about the Yzer plan is that it wasn't going to be an immediate like it was in Tampa. It's going to take some time because they love their minor league teams and holding on to guys down there. So maybe the Red Wings are. I'm all in on them. I'm not all in, but I like the Red Wings more than I like the Sens.
I'm out on Detroit. They had the same start last year, and look where they ended up. I'm out. I don't buy it. It's been a decade since they've made the playoffs. I don't buy it until they play good hockey in March, which they have not done in a long time. If they play good hockey in March and have and actually win games in the final 2 weeks of the season, not have to come down to game 82 again, then we'll talk. But until then, I'm out on Detroit. Prove me wrong. Prove me otherwise. It's the same story. I don't want to fall for it. Again. I don't want to fall for it again. Make sure to send in your questions, guys.
Yeah, I'm selling too.
We'll be answering your questions at the end of this segment. You're selling too?
I don't believe in their decor at all. I think. I just don't see it.
Okay, I'm going to look at the Red Wings defensive core right now, and I will tell you if they are good or if they are bad. Here we go. Detroit Red Wings going to pull up their roster. Currently on their active roster. Oh, by the way, Ian Mitchell's in Grand Rapids. He get called up if there's an injury.
Oh, then maybe I'm out.
Jacob Bernard Docker, Ben Sherratt, Simon Edvinsson, Travis Hamonic, Albert Johansson, Axel Sandin Pellikka, and Moritz Seider. I'm out.
They love Sandin Pellikka.
I don't even know who that
is.
He's
a good prospect, but he's a kid.
20.
Like
yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. That speaks for itself. I'm out.
There's just too many unknowns.
You can score all you want. You can score all you want, but I'm out.
JVR though.
Woo! Yeah, 37-year-old James Van Riemsdyk scoring against the Leafs again. Ha! When in doubt.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm out. I watched that Leafs Red Wings game. The Leafs just dominated, and the Red Wings were just like holding on. And the Leafs had a bad icing with 40 seconds left, and the Red Wings took advantage and they won.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's not going to happen over in
Yeah.
82 times.
Yeah, I agree with that. Eamon, who's your third team?
All right, final team to wrap up this wonderful segment that I've just invented.
I love this. Like we should do this.
The
more often.
Seattle Kraken
Ooh.
are third in the Pacific after 3 games, 2 wins, 1 OT loss. Seattle Kraken, buying or selling?
They lost to the Canadians, but Jared McCann's been off to a really good start. I'm in. I like Seattle. I like their defense. I think I think they have a good roster. Like, I feel the same way with Seattle as I feel about Utah. I feel like they're a team that you could sneak in the wild card. I'm in on Seattle.
Yeah, I'll put myself in too. I think they're fun. I like Beniers a lot. Hingham, one of my friends grew up next door to him. So that's a cool connection. But I also like that I'm a big Shane Wright guy. I thought that
Okay.
not that the only reason why is because Montreal went over him, and I want him to be better than Slafkovsky. So I'm really rooting for Shane Wright. I like him, and I think that Seattle really got a good piece in him. But I do like that they also have Montour and Vince Dunn in the back. Those are two. Montour, I don't need to get into him with what he did, but Vince Dunn as well with some experience. I like both of those guys in their back end.
They also have Ryan Lindgren. That's not like that's pretty good
I didn't
too.
know that.
They have Lindgren in their back end too. And they
Yeah.
have
Legend.
they have Riker Evans, they have Adam Larson. Like they have a good roster here defensively. And
They're a fun team to watch.
Offensively, they don't look bad. Beniers, Eberle, Kakko's there now. Ty Cartier is going to be developed more and more. Marchment, McCann, Schwartz is still cooking. Chandler Stevenson's still there. Ellie Tolvanen. I think they have a solid roster here. I think they're like a piece or two up front away from being a legitimate juggernaut contender. I think Seattle's kind of in the shoes of where Florida was last year, in the sense of like one piece away from being a superstar team. You know what I mean? Like if Seattle could add like a Marchand type player, like that level of like superstardom, like over the top, can score, put the puck in the back of the net, Seattle might be a legitimate threat for the playoffs.
My only thought with them, and it really could be proven wrong, because he had a decent record. Like it was above 500. They hired Lane Lambert this summer. I thought they were going to go a different direction, but I'm interested to see what he does. He was kind of a last minute candidate. He kind of flew into the board last minute, and then Seattle hired him. He coached on Long Island for 2 seasons, but then I don't know if they fired him or if he got let go for another reason, but I'm interested to see how he
for a bit as an assistant.
Yeah.
I know that.
I don't know why they even fired Bilesma. There might be
After 1 year is kind of wild.
especially after what he did in the AHL.
He led Coachella Valley to the final, and then they brought him up, and then they fired him. Like what? Like what? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that one did surprise me a bit.
But I'm in on Seattle, man. I think in recent years they've proven more than Detroit, that we know that they can get there, right? Just a matter of putting the puck in the back of the net. I see a lot of like 3-2 games in Seattle. Kind of what we're going to see with the Bruins this year. A lot of close games down the stretch. If they can add one more piece, I think they're there. Eamon, I want to hear your thoughts.
I wouldn't go as high as like compare them to Florida, but I do think they could be a playoff team. When I look at their roster, I don't really see any like bona fide superstars, but I don't see anyone who's like, I look at, I'm like, oh, that line's like a liability, right? Like I just think they have decent amount of depth that they should be in pretty much every game. And if you're in pretty much every game, I think the playoffs is, not out of the realm of possibility at all.
I wasn't saying that that Seattle's like Florida in the sense of like, oh, they got this great team, but I feel like Florida last year was one piece away from getting there, and Seattle is in that same spot as I think they are now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's a fun little segment. We should
I like that.
segment more often. Oh
Break
yeah,
it out once in a while.
I have Flyers sneaking in from Victoria.
The Flyers are a fun team. I've watched them a lot over the past few seasons just at school. I got two of my friends, shout out to Shane and Steve, that are from Philly, but they don't really pay attention to hockey that much, and I do. So I told them that I'd get them into hockey. Watched a lot of them last year with Mishkov, tried to get them to be like, this is your guy. He's going to be your future. I still think they're a year away. I think Philly's – I love the Tocchet hire. I was kind of jealous of it at first. Not to say that I love Sturm. Yeah, I think he's the right guy for the Bruins, but I like Tocchet a lot as a head coach, and I think that with bringing in Zegras too, I think that they might be like a year removed. But they're going to be clawing at it this year. They won't be like where they were last year.
Okay, Eamon?
Yeah, I like the Zegras addition for them. Like early returns he looks great. That one pass he made against Florida was absurd.
Oh
to
yeah.
Couturier. Yeah, I mean, I think I forget who he did the interview with, but he was talking about how like in Anaheim he was getting like seasonal depression from like the lack of like seasons,
Winter.
just how like the weather's kind of like the same all year round over there. And yeah, like some people were like, what's he talking about? Like it's nice there like all year round. It's like, no, like it's the like lack of like the change of the seasons he's talking about and stuff like that. Like it's the lack of snow. It's like the stuff like that he probably misses. But yeah, he looks great so far, man. Like, I mean, like giving up a second round pick and Ryan Poehling for him, like that's a wonderful trade right now if you're the Flyers.
Yeah, for sure. My one question mark is their defense.
Okay, I have a different one.
Their forwards, I think the Zegras addition's pretty good. I like him and Michkov together. I think their defense is kind of average to me. Like Sanheim and Drysdale, I think is a good top pairing. Zamula, fine. Behind that with Cam York, okay. Like Noah Juulsen's been barely an NHLer. Like he's been around, but he's like barely been in the league, like barely been in games consistently his entire career. Nick Seeler is kind of not everything they wanted him to be, I don't think. They wanted him to be like a Torrey Krug type defenseman, if I remember correctly, and he hasn't really panned out to be as such. So, to me, the Flyers, I'm not really sure defensively where they're going. I don't know.
Their goaltending. I just don't trust like Ersson or
Vladar.
Who's there? Sandstrom? Oh, Vladar, yeah.
They're a rotate. That was my question mark for them as well. It was the goalies. I think they're a rotation team with Ersson and Vladar, but I wonder, I don't know. I'd rather have a lot of other goalies than those two guys. No disrespect to either of them, but if that's the team, if that's your goalie room going into the season, I don't know how far it's going to take you.
My worry isn't Ersson, it's Vladar in net for Philly. Like Ersson, I think is a solid goalie. Vladar is a big question mark because he didn't have a ton of success in Calgary. And I think there are just better options out there. Like not to go there, but if the Flyers took a swing at Carter Hart, if they wanted to bring him back, I think that'd be much more serviceable than Vladar, in my opinion.
I think he was looking for a fresh start outside of Philly.
Fair enough.
I think that was kind of ruled out by Hart.
Fair enough.
But yeah, losing him, I guess, really throws their whole thing off because that was supposed to be their guy. That's supposed to be their goalie, and then they lost him. And yeah, I do agree that Ersson's like solid, like he's reliable. I wouldn't say that if he were on the Bruins, I wouldn't want him to be like the 1A or 1B or the 1B. I'd rather him be the backup. Yeah,
I'd rather have him be the backup to Swayman if Ersson were in the situation. Another team that I'm kind of like questioning why people are like getting excited about them is the Penguins. Like, I've seen like people getting excited about the Penguins. I'm like, okay, we have Crosby, Malkin, and Letang, 20th year in a row. Great. Jack, cover your ears. Justin Brazeau's having a good start to the season. But again, their goaltending, big question mark. Tristan Jarry. It's kind of the same thing we've seen the past couple of years with him. Artur Silovs has been fine. That was a night. I forgot he was even on the Penguins until I saw the opening night. I'm watching Penguins Rangers, and I'm watching with friends, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Silovs the goalie for Pittsburgh." I was like, "Wait, what? Like Silovs? I thought wasn't he with Abbotsford?"
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, their goaltending situation is kind of a weird one. I don't really know what to think about Pittsburgh. That's another team that I'm kind of like, okay. Why are people getting excited? Like Crosby, Malkin, and Letang are still like producing at a high level, but they're not going to be here much longer. So I don't know. I mean, they started what? Let's see, 2-2. So much hype on Twitter about the Penguins. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw Brazeau's on pace for an 82 goal season today. I don't buy the
like he's gonna score 82 goals.
I don't buy the Penguins hype. I think that they're gonna be around the bottom of the Eastern Conference this year. But I say that, and then I kind of realize, like Sam, you just said they have Crosby, Malkin, Letang. Like those are not players that finished last place in the conference. But it's I don't know. I didn't like their moves this summer. The Penguins. I do like the Witherspoon move, but some other moves that they brought in, some other guys that they brought in, I wasn't too sure. And also Danton Heinen, I think he was an early scratch. He got waived to the AHL. Yeah, he's down, and that was early in camp.
Yeah,
that was disappointing. I love Heinen.
I really wonder what happened there. Their defense, I mean, it's kind of whatever to me.
Carlson too.
Harrison Brunick. He's a rookie. Clifton, Matt Dumba, Caleb Jones, Eric Carlson, Chris Letang, Ryan Shea, Parker Wotherspoon. Yeah.
Ryan Shea's from Milton.
What's up?
I think Ryan Shea's from Milton.
Let's see. You're right.
Milton, Mass. Shout out, local guy.
Yeah. Eamon, what you're saying about the list of names?
I said certainly a list of names who play hockey in the NHL.
Yeah, it's Letang, Carlson, and then that's about it. Because Matt Dumba kind of fell off a cliff, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
His career has kind of gone south. He could barely stay in the
I think
line.
he was a healthy scratch on opening night.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah,
imagine saying that 5 years ago. Imagine saying that 5 years ago, Matt Dumba would be a healthy scratch opening night. You'd never hear that. I don't know what happened.
Well, he was a disaster in Tampa Bay after that trade a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember the Lightning trade for him at the deadline? He was awful for them.
Yeah,
he
didn't work out for them.
VL is making his debut tonight. I'm worried. Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about VL.
What?
I'd be worried if I was a fourth liner on the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Fourth line and
fighting tonight.
The Lausanne pair.
VL one way, Castlick the other way. You're double screwed at that point.
Yeah, the Lausanne pair might be on the other end of that one for Vegas.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Colton, Keegan Colasar, Colton Sissons, and whoever the hell Reinhardt is. Yeah, VL and Castlick say hello. So
Reinhardt's inevitably going to score now.
Yep.
We went, who the hell's that guy?
Who the hell is that guy? Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for episode 398. We're getting so close to 400. We got to do something special for 400. What are we going to do?
Maybe we can get Mark Messier to come on for episode 400.
Yes, I am for that. We need to get Mark Messier on episode 400. Yeah, Mark Messier, if you're watching, reach out. Black and Gold Productions LLC at gmail.com. Yeah, we'll get in touch.
We'll work around your schedule too, Mark.
Yeah, for sure. I know you have a busy schedule with the ESPN gig, so all right, everybody.
Did you wait before we go? Did you see that the back to the Providence Bruins for a minute? They got the rebrand this weekend of the Fighting Parms.
The Fighting Parms against the Wolfpack.
And you see that they got John Buccigross to come. They're getting Bucci there.
For what?
They're doing like a meet and greet before the game, like in the concessions area, and then he's gonna do the puck drop. Big chicken parm guy, John Buccigross.
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw that before we hopped on.
I'll have to let Brett know about that. Go see Booch. How's he doing down there? Yeah. Okay, so Tiffany says another round of buy or sell in the future. We got it. That's an impromptu segment. Let's do it in the future.
100%.
We'll do that every few episodes, kind of keep things fresh, talk with different teams too. For sure. Yeah. So that is going to do it for episode 398 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. This is a fun episode. We chatted about Providence Bruins, Jordan Harris, Marco Sturm, David Pastrnak, upcoming games, and a lot of memes. If you have not yet, make sure to follow the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and a nice review. It helps us out big time and helps us become one of the top hockey podcasts out there. Make sure if you have not yet, check out StubHub. Link down below in the description. Make sure if you have not yet, go over to Mill 787 Brewery. It's in Amesbury. You should head on over. Craft beer, good food, good time with people. And
some good non-beer options too. I just saw them post some non-beer options that looked pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Cocktails and
definitely should go check them out. Hopefully I will get up there soon. Whenever I head home, maybe I'll head on over and see what's going on down there. Make sure if you have not yet, follow us on social media. Jack's at Jack Studley 13, at Eamon McLean 44. I'm at Sam Smith on YT, and we will see you guys on episode 399 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the lot of late nights. Invest in caffeinated coffee or caffeinated beverages for those who don't drink those. Celsius might be a play. See you guys next time. What's up?
No free ads.
Hashtag not sponsored. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Go Bruins.